Wow, that's a big question.
Yeah, that's a loaded question. Like, what is harm reduction?
You never really think about harm reduction as harm reduction. So when you're just thinking about safety in everything, you put on a helmet and then you're like, oh, so this harm reduction. But I think getting to understand what harm reduction is within the community focus, it is about just keeping community safe from harm.
Caring for all of our relatives regardless of their sobriety status, understanding that drug use and substance use is really complex, but it's just ensuring that we are being good relatives and looking out for one another. Ultimately upholding that, it's us who keep us safe and ensure that we all have access to, our basic needs, our care, our rights. And harm reduction is that ensuring that no one gets left behind and that everyone has, the same chance at survival, and not even just survival, but thriving.
That's my harm reduction, is meeting people where they're at, just being there, like caring for them. Like if they want a hug, they give them a hug. If they want to talk, you talk to them. But you never ever look down on them as we're all individuals. We gotta love each other and look after each other in the best way we can. It's my harm reduction is loving our relatives on the street. Can I tell you a story about how I come to believe in harm reduction? One time I was working at an Aboriginal center. I seen a young man walk by, and an Indigenous young man, and I was watching him. And I seen him looking around, and I saw him pick up a needle. And then he was looking at it, and he cleaned it, and then what I saw was he opened it and he put his drugs in there. And then I thought, oh man, I wish he had a clean needle. We don't know what's in there. I used to think the way people think about, look down on people that used. But that day it opened my eyes, we need clean stuff for our people because we don't know what's in that needle. And he used it. And that's when my eyes open. We need to keep our relatives safe. We just need to educate our people. But that time my eyes were open, wow. That's how I believe that we need to give out clean supplies, clean stuff and clean supplies and everything for our people, because not everything out there is safe. So that's how I become to believe in harm reduction.
How I got to harm reduction was being a former youth in care. I've seen a lot of my peers and a lot of people who I love had so many doors shut in their face when they were trying to receive access to, just basic rights, struggling with housing and health care. And, when they tried to turn to someone to heal, through ceremony, a lot of them were turned away. And that's not right. We shouldn't be having to bury our loved ones at such young ages. Indigenous youth deserve to see adulthood. Indigenous youth deserve to become elders one day. We all deserve to become elders. We all deserve to become knowledge keepers and to have access to this knowledge to pass down for the next generations. And that's what brought me into harm reduction was, watching people I love struggle, watching people I love die, and knowing that that's not right, and that I'm going to do everything in my power to try to be a good relative, to try to help, at least just help it any way I can to help make that a little bit easier.
Indigenous people know how it feels to be not put to the forefront, so we had to do it ourselves. It allows us to keep our community safe, allows us to keep our community going, and it allows us to keep our culture alive and our spirits singing.
Harm reduction is important because it saves lives, just point blank period. It saves lives, and it makes sure that our relatives can see, another day, that they could be here longer.
It's because we're losing so many of our relatives. They put people down, look at that one, instead of saying, hey, hi, how are you, because we're losing too many people. That's the bottom one. That's the bottom part of it. And harm reduction is important because we have to look at people like the way we look at ourselves, like to accept our people, like, because nobody's perfect, right? And just making them feel safe, loved, and wanted, that's harm reduction. Like, you know, these are our people. They need love, that's all. That's harm reduction? I don't know, but that's what I do. Ayo po idit na ega ek tamatsen maek westa ga ganop maek. Miswen so mai te ni no gutute og misweis pani wag mogina no giskente na no ge gon muta ta tsiguta pizza. Ego ni puta ga egiste ni magok kwesta du tawao kaina matsen ni migok kitago man kan no wagan so utagaya tsik. Kage no ge kwes kitago mitu no utagaya kwes puta ga tu ta tagaye tu tawa gi chi ani sin ni wak ega da matche ni ma gi am pui do du de chek ga questa ka nop ma go kai na matche ni mi quest tu ta yi go gi ni wak. Just be nice to people and love them.